Good afternoon. My name is Lateesha Hinton. I'm an astrologer and numerologist and tarot reader and intuitive and all around spiritual worker. And I am located in Salem, Massachusetts. You can find me at lateesha.com. You can also find me at Hauswitch, that's HAUSWITCH.com for in-person readings. I do them there on some weekends. Also, I'm located in the healing space there if you would like an in-person reading with me or consultation. So all of that information you can find at those two sites. That's Lateesha.com, Lateesha.com, and Hauswitch.com. Today, I just want to talk about my first love, which is astrology for sure. But I want to talk in particular about the north node of the moon in the natal chart. The north node of the moon is so fascinating. It is not an actual point on the moon, but it is a calculated point. Astrologers will calculate where the north node is and the south node is at all times, and where it falls in the natal chart indicates where you are going in this incarnation, or where you should be going in this incarnation. So the south node represents what you have already mastered in past lifetimes, and the north node represents where you should be going, what it is that you should be pressed to accomplish while you are here. And now where the north node sits in the chart indicates the challenge, actually, because walking towards the north node is not an easy task. It is filled with hurdles. It is filled with challenges, filled with stumbles, falls, bruised knees, losses. But along the way, as my aunt says, you have bought and paid for lessons as you are making your way towards the north node. So what tends to happen is that we will fall back to our south node actions, the things that are easy for us to accomplish, the things that are easy for us to do. We can do it without even thinking. It doesn't require any much thought, any much effort, but it's second nature to us because we have become experts in those particular actions in a past lifetime. Now this lifetime, we are being called to move forward on the same axis as the south node and accomplish more, accomplish what is different, accomplish what is frightening. We are being called to face our fears and press and move forward towards the north node. So the north node, of course, will be placed in one of the 12 houses and also in one of the 12 signs. So the house and the sign combined, synchronistically or in a sympatical type of way, sympathetic type of way, the use of the north node and where it is, combining the sign and house. I'm tripping over my words today, like it's a Mercury retrograde, but it's not. Today is May the 9th of 2019. But when you link the two energies together, there we go. The energy of the first house and the energy of the sign that it is in, then you will find the place that your life should be headed in, the way, the steps you should be taking, the actions you should be taking to move forward, to accomplish what your soul has come here to do. So Let's talk today about the first node, the first house, the north node in the first house, which would have the south node in the seventh house. So the first house represents the body, it represents the self, it represents the sign and the energy of Aries. Regardless of what sign is there, the first house still carries the energy of Aries. So when we take a look at the undercurrent and the energy of Aries, then we begin to understand that there is a childishness that is associated with the first house. The first house is an infant, the infant state, if you will. If we look at the ages, the first three houses are the infancy, then toddlerhood, and then young childhood, the first three houses. So in the first house, we have this very young energy that is filled with life, that is filled with things about the self. When we take a look at an infant, brand new, it has come. And so it cries and it says, feed me. You know, it cries, it says, change me. It is not concerned about what anyone else needs. It's crying, and everyone else around it has to drop what they are doing so that they can attend to this brand new baby. And everything that the infant is doing is so that it can have its needs and desires met. There is no compromise. There is no thought of sharing. Everything that this infant is doing is all about self. So that is what we are looking at when we look at the energy of the first house, and also when we look at the energy of Aries. So it is this first house that is all about excitement of starting new things. It is reminiscent of the Fool card in the tarot. So the Fool card, of course, is at point number 0. It's brand new. It has no fear of stepping off of the ledge. There is no fear of things that might be out there to attack it. It has no knowledge of that. It has no idea about that. The only thing that it is concerned with is adventure and having new experiences, and what anyone else is thinking or feeling is really of no concern for this energy of the first house, because it is all about the self. So when we have the north node there, then what can we take from understanding the energy of the first house? The life has come in this incarnation. A person who has the soul, who has the north node in the first house, that soul has incarnated this go round in order to focus on the self. Everything is about improving the self and taking care of the self, and making sure that the body is up to par, and taking adventures just for self-satisfaction, making sure that their desires, their goals, their dreams are being attended to. That sounds easy, doesn't it? Well, I guarantee you, for the North Node person, that is the most challenging thing of all. It may sound easy to some. Oh, it's easy just to focus on self. No, when you have the South Node in the 7th house, then we are accustomed to making sure that we put other people and their needs before our own. So this is a great challenge for the person who has the North Node in the 1st house, because what they want to do is sacrifice whatever it is that they need to make sure that the group, that others around them are happy and smiling. And so it comes as second nature to them to do so. But when they do so, there is a feeling of unsatisfaction. There is a feeling of being lost and of being saddened. So everyone else around them is feeling happy. Everyone else around them is feeling content. But the person with the North Node in the first house, though they are serving everyone else, though they are though they are bringing people together, come on, let's be a group. They're great at that. They are mediators at heart. They carry with them that Libran energy. So that seventh house is traditionally ruled by the sign of Libra. As Aries rules the first house, the seventh house is ruled by Libra. They're opposites on the same pole, on the axis, the self and the others. So with the seventh house being ruled by Libra, it has the energy of Venus. So Venus is all about being diplomatic. It's all about communicating with other people and sharing information and making sure that no one is upset and everyone else is well taken care of. It's the beautiful hostess, if you will. You come to her house and she makes sure that you have everything that you want to eat and that you are comfortable and that the house is smelling well so that you can be well looked after, so that the others can feel at home without any question, without any concern. They go into just a place of bliss because she has sacrificed everything for them. So that is the energy that is carried within the seventh house. If there are any arguments or disagreements, then the seventh house South Node person, they are expert at bringing balance to the others and making sure that no one is arguing, no one is upset, everyone is smiling, everyone is happy, everyone is feeling secure. However, while they are doing this, they are ignoring where they should be going, which is towards the North Node, which is towards the self, which is being selfish in a sense. You know, that's a term that we frown upon, but that is really the call life of the person with the North Node in the first house. It is to be concerned about the self and trusting that the universe and the spirit beings and all that are will make sure that everyone else is looked after. And there is no satisfaction for the North Node in the first house person until they take the steps to move towards that selfish place, a place to make sure that they are going after their desires. And really and truly, they deserve it this time because they have sacrificed all of their dreams and all of their goals to make sure that the others, quote fingers, are okay, that the others have what they need. And they have sacrificed their desires and their goals surely for the first 35 years of life. As we understand, the North Node is oftentimes not activated until one reaches the age of 35 or after, maybe 40. That's when you will start having the desires to move towards the North Node because you will have completed the assignment for the South Node. So this again is Lateesha Hinton. You can find me at Lateesha.com. I will continue this series on the North Node. We will move towards the second house, North Node in the second house. And if you don't know what your placement is, you can go to Cafe Astrology and type in your information and you will be able to draft your birth chart. And you will see where it says the true node or the North Node is, and you will see what house that's in. You will need your birth time for this information. And so check that out and you can write me. I would love to hear from you. And let's have a conversation about where your North Node is. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.